Hi. When you live alone, everything's on you. You don't get any help unless you ask for it. And it's nice to just have some household items, some tools around that help you do jobs around the house that you wouldn't be able to do by yourself otherwise. And so I've made a list. I've got 8 items that I simply can't live alone without. They're coming up. Steps. I can't live alone without them. I made another video mentioning steps and step ladders. I'll link it up here. I use them inside, I use them outside. I use them for small jobs, I use them for big jobs. I have more than one step or step ladder. Let me show you. Great, huh? This one's for indoors. I use it in the kitchen, I use it in the bedroom, I use it for putting up pictures, I use it for dusting tall cabinets and windows in the bathrooms. Bigger one, this one. I guess it's about 4 feet. I use it mainly outside, but I do use it for changing the batteries in my smoke alarms, which are on the ceiling, and use it for washing the eaves on the roof outside. Tons of stuff. And this is my big boy. It extends up to 15 feet, and I use it for when I occasionally try to get up on the roof for hanging Christmas lights, stuff like that. I think it would also be useful for a tree down in the backyard, but perhaps also I just have an affinity for step ladders and reaching up higher. But all you really need is something to get you up to the highest reaches of something inside your own home. If you need stuff done outside, you can always hire that done. A little step stool, or the white one that I showed you earlier that I use for the kitchen and for the bedroom, those would be fine and just essential when you live alone and you don't have another person, a partner, who can reach up in those high places for you. Hi, I'm Jen. Thanks very much for dropping by the channel, or welcome back. I make videos about my life and adventures as a 50-something silver and solo pre-retirement Gen Xer. One thing I have to ask is, I was looking at my analytics on the channel the other day, and YouTube tracks everything. It's unbelievable. I get a little bit lost. But one of the statistics that I was looking at showed that 90% of the people who view my videos are not subscribers. I mean, thank you for dropping by, but if you get any value out of them, or if you find yourself dropping back in to see this week's video, I do make 2 videos every week. If you find yourself dropping back in frequently, please could you hit the subscribe button? It doesn't cost you anything. It really helps me out with the channel. Thank you. What is it? It's a jar opener. I know it's silly, but as I get older, my grip strength is not what it used to be. A little bit of arthritis maybe, but anyhow, this guy will fit almost any jar lid size, and I don't have to squeeze it. I don't have to grip the jar opener. I can just manipulate it with the screw on top, and once it's in place, it just opens. Now, yes, you can have a family member or a friend or even take your jar over to your neighbors, but wouldn't it be nice to just open the spaghetti sauce and have dinner without having that extra little middle step? A jar opener is essential to have when you live alone. Uh-oh. Do I have a key with a neighbor or with my parents who live 4 doors away? Yes, but maybe it would be good to have a hide-a-key. I do. You should have a hide-a-key too if you live alone. I know it's difficult if you're in an apartment, but you've got to have some other way of getting in. Now, I see these other YouTubers who have pristine looking environments. Whenever you see their kitchen or their garage, everything is just in place. That's not me. Sorry. what I'm looking for my drill. Everyone should have one if they live alone. This one has a big attachment on the end right now because I was drilling holes in the bottom of my garden containers. They didn't have any. But also, toolkit. It has everything I need and stuff I don't even know what it does. Get even a basic toolkit. Now, as you can see, I have a ton of tools. Some of them have been given to me, some of them I bought myself, some have been borrowed and then I forgot to return them. But anyhow, get yourself a basic toolkit and watch YouTube videos on how to use things and how to put up your own shelves, your own pictures. Be a little self-sufficient. A toolkit and a drill are essential if you live alone. Okay, I have 2 drills. Amazon, Alexa. I have had some heartfelt pleas not to say that word again in a video because apparently some people had their Alexas respond. Sorry about that. I'll call her Miss A. Or Google Home, I hope I can say that. Some sort of a digital assistant, home assistant, would be fabulous if you live alone. I've got a pod or a screen or a tower in every room in my house. And I can, from any room, I can ask for help. I can turn on and off lights. I can ask any kind of question of her. And it's just a huge convenience. And speaking of turning on and off lights, that's the second thing. Smart plugs. Smart plugs are a game changer when you live alone. I've got outdoor smart plugs, indoor smart plugs. Almost all of my lights that you have to plug in are on smart plugs, and you can put them on timers, or you can just, if you have Miss A in every room, tell her to turn them on or turn them off. You can schedule them. I have my Christmas lights on smart plug outside plugs, and Miss A will let you schedule them so they come on at 6 p.m. and turn off at 10 p.m. or whatever. But it's really nice to be able to lay in bed and say, Miss A, turn on the back lights, and just have everything all lit up. Miss A, turn on the office light. And if you have the screen version of Miss A or Google's, counterpart, and a Blink or a Ring doorbell, you can also see from your living room or wherever exactly who's ringing your doorbell. It's, as I said, it's a game changer for people who live alone, getting a digital assistant and the smart plugs to go with her. For people who live in apartment buildings or condos, this little shopping cart is amazing. And I used this when I lived in an apartment, and I still use it today to take out to the cart and put all your groceries in, so you only have to make one trip. It's great when you're only one person. And if you have to go up a whole bunch of stairs, it's amazing. A house journal. I've mentioned this before in a couple videos, and I showed one, I think, in the last Sunday vlog, CD Saturday. I looked up when I last planted last year and this year. And it's just, this is mine. It's just a lined notebook, but in it, you put each year and keep track of maintenance in your home, repairs in your home, phone numbers of tradespeople. I put in dates that I planted things, dates that I winterized, when I had servicing done on my furnace, when I had my sprinkler blown out, when I had my gutters cleaned, when I extended the garden along the fence, when I did that, when I took the dog in to have her pet checkup, when I had to power wash the patio to get moss off. I put it all in the house journal so that next year or in years to come, I can always flip back and see when I did things each year, or I can put them forward, such as here. In 2025, I now know that my warranty on my tub and shower surround expires. So I should be looking at them and make sure there are no cracks while they are still under warranty. I also put in all my pet checkups ahead, and also a reminder to watch my expansion tank on the water heater because it may be due for a replacement in 2028. Anyhow, it's just a line journal. You can use a spiral notebook if you want. Post-it notes, I don't care. There's lots of apps online that will also help you with this. Whatever you choose, whatever you feel comfortable with. But definitely it's worth it when you're single and living alone to keep track of repairs and maintenance, because sticking your head in the sand is really not an option when it's only you and you're responsible for everything. And you don't want to get behind. Single serve, plastic or glass storage containers. These are super when you live alone, simply because when you're making a batch of something, a big batch, you can freeze single servings in your freezer, save them, and just pull one out some night when you're just too tired or don't want to cook. It saves a lot of money on racing out for fast food if you know you can just pull out a single serving and heat it up in the microwave. So there you go. 8 items or household tools that I can't live alone without. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I've missed. I would love to hear about more tips and tricks for living alone, making everything easier. See you.